Nose itches.
Good morning. We are comparing 3 texture pastes today and creating artistic texture with sprays and all kinds of other things. Thank you for joining us. We are so happy to see you.
And we're so happy for you to see us because we got our camera fixed.
Are you going to say, are we going to do our thing?
Oh, this is the P, Patricia.
I am the Mariah.
Together,
We are PM Artist Studio. All right, and it looks like we have both Christy and Lisa here. So good morning, guys. We're going to jump kind of just right in because we have a ton of stuff that we want to do. So, you ready to go top view?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I am ready.
And then I'm going to go face and top so you can kind of keep an eye on me over here. Ooh, you're getting really blown out over there.
I am.
Yeah. Well, here, I
I'm
can...
not sure why. Oh.
Probably that. What about that? That's a little better. What about that?
Good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
We're fighting with the window, so, you know,
Yeah. Well,
kind of.
you don't need to see that much of me anyway because I'm going to be working.
That's true. Here, I can just turn you a little bit like this and... There. I think that'll be a little better. Or I can probably adjust that a little bit.
Yeah, that would be good because that seems like it's right in my...
In your eyeballs.
Well, it's reflecting off my glasses, the tops of my glasses. Okay. Well, I have... everything we do...
Oh, microphone, hello.
No? Is it working?
Here we go. Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Everything we do is a joint effort, and I don't mean just like big projects. I mean every little
Are you
thing.
using my chart as an
we
example
do.
of that?
Yes. Okay, here we have what
How it
P
starts.
does. Okay, I kind of forgot one, so I just highlighted it in red. You know, that's the way I deal with those kinds
But then
of
I
things.
said, I think I need to make this more professional.
Yes, and actually it's nice because sometimes I can't even read my own writing after I get through. Okay, I'm
All
passing
right.
that off.
Okay, cool. I got it.
All right, so here we are. I'm just going to get right into it. 1, 2, 3. That's what we're comparing. And here is my results from earlier research.
There.
You're wrinkling up my paper over here.
I'm sorry.
I've got my
I was-
baby wipes all ready to go.
I guess you don't really necessarily have to see my face right now at this moment in time. I just wanted to make sure they could see what was
Yeah.
over here.
Very good. But I have them lined up to correspond to their categories here, sort of. Yeah.
Oh, Helen's here. Hi, Helen.
Hi, Helen. Good to have you. Good to have you. So, these are the 3. Are there more? I'm telling you, there are
A million.
a plethora of pastes
Yes.
available for your
Perusal.
perusal.
A plethora of paste for your perusal
How about
and
that?
purchase.
Yeah. I just went with these as number 1 because
Good morning, Carrie.
the price. Good morning, Carrie. The price was right, especially with the U.S. modeling paste. I will
Oh,
say.
Georgianne, is that? I hope I said that right. Georgianne from Ohio. She says it's very cold. We've seen that on the news.
Yes, we have. Do you have wind?
It's Ohio, of course they do.
Oh.
I would assume, right? I don't know.
Okay. Well, anyway, back to this. The reason this is
We do have to stay on task.
Yes, we do, because we've got a lot on the plate today. This is in this particular container because its original arrived with the lid cracked and it was oozing out into, fortunately, the plastic bag. So most of it was...
Hey, they were very nice. They gave a full refund
Yeah, they
because
did.
it was all smashed
So
up.
don't...
They didn't want us to send it back.
Yeah, don't hesitate to order this stuff because I use this a lot because, number 1, it's cheap. I don't notice enough difference.
Please do notice that, even though it says U.S. Art Supply, it's not made in the U.S. That's very,
Oh.
yeah.
Well, I didn't know that.
It's made in the PRC, People's Republic of China.
Well, that's
There you
very
go.
disappointing.
I know. But
Very
they were very smart with that whole U.S. Art Supply business.
Yeah, and it's absolutely usable. I used it on all of the ones that I'm going to show you. In just a
And I said, well, why did you use it? Because she really likes the TWC stuff. or TCW.
Yeah.
Sorry. God, I always do that.
This is my favorite right
Yeah.
here.
But she says, well, I have more of it. So,
And
you know.
I have lots of that. And I just clean up everything with these little hooty doos. Okay, now I'm going to put that over
And I
here.
have a picture of the chart, the original chart, and then I'll put one of this up just if you want that kind of comparison and everything. Oh, hello.
Is this our other little
Crafty help.
crafty?
All right, you're
Yeah.
gonna help us for a minute, and then you're gonna go back down, okay?
I want to help you.
You want for the whole thing?
Okay.
Okay, well then you have to sit still and be good. All right.
Say
Pay attention.
hello.
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 This is Isabella.
All right.
She crafts with us all the time.
Yes.
She does marvelous watercolors. Okay, so we have these three. What are the categories that I was really testing out? Because number one, odor. Mariah's very odor sensitive. I'm not so much, but you know, it's a factor. Obviously, appearance, color, and finish. What does it look like when when it's dry and done? Application, ease of application is always a factor, of course.
I want to see my
Drying
owl.
time. Izzy,
Quiet.
you have to sit quietly, sweetheart.
Remember?
Yeah. Drying time is really not a whole big thing, but I went ahead and put it on there because it might be for some people. And then I have this little category down here where I'm actually going to put some of them, open them up and do that. All right, so I don't know, Mariah, is this showing up?
It is, but if you want, you can hold it up a little bit further.
Okay. I've got this in my newest little wire-bound journal, just because. And as you can see, the golden has a bit of a gray cast to it. It also has a little bit more of a flexible, soft texture. The TCW is probably the most matte. But U.S. Art Supply, I mean, you know, it's like somewhere in between these two, and it's perfectly usable. I don't have a problem with it at all. Okay, so that's what we have here, and I'm going to go ahead and do something actually with these without hopefully messing up my entire journal. Okay, so light and fluffy. Okay, Mariah, you need to come back here. Never mind, I squeezed it open. Yeah. It's okay. You can see I've used this, and actually, it is smell-wise. You can still smell it. It's a very discernible urea-like smell. So I don't know if that bothers you. That may be a factor. Otherwise, maybe not. Okay, this is important. I actually prefer these simply because I can use this end to dip in and get a goodly amount and do it. So, this is the same stencil that I used on the, and you can tell they've been used. So I just dip some of that out. I don't know, if you're using a large space, you probably need to especially if you're doing a whole thing, you need to use something wider than this because this has a tendency to work itself into the little places there. Okay, I didn't get too much on the thing. Okay. Now, the wipey things that I just told you about, those are what I clean the stencil with. And I'm not really, you know, I don't really care. These stencils were stencils that we made. We can always do some others. But if you value your stencils, they have small areas that are going to get gooped and gopped up. You probably want to go ahead and, you know, do a little cleaning on that. Okay. You see that one? Going to shut this up now. Bust open the golden. And even when you look in there, you can kind of see it's slightly gray. And I don't know if that is a... Let me get this away from the edge there. I don't want those. What did we ever do without these things? I don't know. Anyway. As you can see, I mean, it goes on. It's not an issue. Same way. Nice and smooth. No problemo. But you can already see a little bit of difference in the... I lost my... Is it focusing? Oh, that's my quality control expert over here. I just want to get that off because I really don't want it to mix and mush with the next one. Okay, that's the golden. And the one that we have the most of is Art Supply. You can see I've used a fair amount out of all of these. And this particular, just use my other card here. I always make sure I kind of scrape it all different ways just so that I've gotten it in where it needs to be. And I don't mind a bit much. I don't mind if it kind of squishes around. Some people that probably would bother you, but all right, now we're really just going to leave this alone for a little bit and kind of let it should be dry by the time we decide to
Ooh.
yeah.
Isn't that crazy though how the golden, how like right now it doesn't look that dark. It darkens up big time. I told you that the other day. I was like, I think it gets darker.
Now, I did do my research. I watched a ton of videos.
Going back to even, what was the...
2015. No, I think there was even one there from 2012.
Were people on YouTube in 2012?
Well, I think.
Yes, they were. I was a joke. Sometimes she doesn't know when I'm joking.
I don't. Because I don't really know these things.
You don't really know these things?
I didn't know about YouTube till...
I was like, why is our logo upside down?
I don't know.
That's okay. I thought it was the one in the corner.
Now, you can right now see somewhat of a difference.
But
Same
here,
stencil. It's a little bit... Okay. But see how much the golden does darken up. And the reason I think that that might be a sellable point for you is if you actually were using white paper and you wanted to see where your stenciling was going, that would be a definite advantage. That's...
or if it just doesn't, necessarily matter. And I will say, so real quick, I can show, and here, I'll turn that back on.
All right, Mariah, I need to put this someplace where it's not being squished and I have all this
Okay,
stuff going
I got
on.
it. And then,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
there was one that we did. And you guys, we did that during that live. And that's the golden, right? I think it is.
I don't think it is. No,
It's the TCW, light and fluffy.
I think it is.
Okay, so it did pull color up through. So, anyway, what we're saying is, like, it may not even matter with the color pull through, because if you're going to put it on top of something, especially with a spray, because that's what that was, kind of a weird mixture, mystery mix.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to be using just because I have a lot of it,
The U.S. Art Supply.
yes, Art Supply. At what for actual?
Did you talk about your little bumpers?
Oh, my bumpers. No.
She didn't want things rolling off on the table. Wasn't that clever?
Well,
I thought that was really...
All of those videos that I watched the other day, I watched this lady and she's got them all out here and they're all just
Just
rolling around and she's like...
You're like, I don't want that to happen.
Herding cats, and I did not want that to happen.
See, there they go.
Yeah, there they go.
There they go.
I'm a big fan of the kneaded erasers. They come in handy for a lot of things.
Way a lot of things.
Okay, now, I'm consulting my list up here because I really do want to stay on task because we've got a lot to cover. I'm going to get out my stenciling.
You need me to move.
No, you're good.
Okay.
You're good. I'm just going to go overhead, though.
Okay.
The ones that I actually did the other day, just because drying time here, I just felt like, well, number one, I don't bust out.
Ooh, and did you see this? This is some of the stuff that we won. We won a major prize.
And I kept
Or
this-
major, what was it from the movie?
You can tell it hasn't even been opened.
Because it like arrived yesterday. So, and we're going to show a little bit more of that here in a bit, but it was Debbie Adams from the creative team on Seth Apter's creative team. She had this photo contest thing, so we entered it, and then we won, and we got this and some other really cool things. And so we're going to try to play with a little bit of that today, too.
Yes, we are. And what I thought was just, and look at this, because my whole design here had circles in it. And I think that's going to be absolutely stunning on the back of some of them when they're finished, because obviously I can't use it on the front of them, and I really
And
like.
I have your stays on over there, too, so if you want to...
Oh, okay.
It's
Very
above
good.
the markers.
But I just thought this, and you will see in a minute how that really is going to look. I'm going to leave that right up there so I can. But sometimes when I put things away, I don't know if you remember.
Sometimes.
Okay, so I'm going to
Sometimes.
put that away hand that off to my trusty
Helper.
team member. Oh, and I apologize for this.
That wasn't too bad. I did turn up the mic, so hopefully the sound is really... We've got better sound than we...
Okay, so I need to, Mariah, remove this paper so I can get this to stick to the
okay.
cutting board.
Gotcha.
We'll bring that back in and
Okay.
shortly because I don't want to get sprays all over this because it's a fairly pristine surface, one of which,
I clean often.
yes, Mariah, keeps it clean.
I like it. Keep it clean, people. Keep it clean.
And as you can see, I still have a little residue here on my gel plate, but oh well, it'll be fine.
Is this one of the ones that you cleaned, or you just cleaned the big one?
I just cleaned the big one, and I did clean it with the tape. That is so cool. I've got those over there somewhere, but anyway, we don't talk about that right now. Okay, what I did here, look at this. All right, all of these cards are done with the Crafter's Workshop. Fluffy,
Isn't she organized? It's amazing.
light and fluffy. But see, look at that. And see why I was excited when I got this little stand? Look at this. Is that not going to be absolutely... Now, the backs are not done. They're plain. So that stamp will go on the back. But anyway, you can see. And I will... I don't know. I'm not going to bust the stencil out just yet. But you can see the golden. I mean, you can really see the design. Now, this is another stencil that Ryan and I created. And I tried to...
I tell you what, for video purposes, I do really like the golden because you can see
actually
it.
see it. And this is a stencil that's kind of messed up, but it's just messed up enough that I really love it.
Well, that circle one, so a good friend of mine is a board game player, and he purchased this game while he was visiting us many years ago. And I was like, oh, can I please keep all of the little punchy outy things? And so that's what it is. So if you're a board game player of like those, very complicated ones that come with many, many little punch out pieces, those board things are cool.
I don't really need to have a
I
wrapper.
don't like the game. The game was very hard.
And I mean, come on, it's a whip. All right, here's
It's too,
my
too many things to...
art supply with the nice little, I don't know, chambered nautilus, I don't know, whatever that thing is. But look at that, aren't those great? And I do, the U.S. Art Supply, it rates right up there. And it is definitely, if your price is a factor, that's
Yeah.
the way you want to go. All right, so
Or you can make your own, which we do have. We have that video where P made it with the pencil shavings and.
Yeah, mine was more of a texture paste rather than
Very
just,
texture. Also a little dangerous.
Yeah, it was.
Might need a little sandpaper to go along with it. Just to,
The pencil shavings tended to set up very stiff.
Yes. And then she did a coffee one.
And sticky out. The other coffee one is really a hoot. I will show you those later. Somebody remind me and I'll.
Yeah, maybe at the
I'll
end
work
if
those
we
out.
still have a little time there. Well,
Yeah. Okay, so what is the goal today? My
okay,
goal?
so Christy wants to know this. So the paste is mostly for texture. Do you only use the stencils for it?
No, actually not. Where's the
Tell
one
you
with
what,
the-
Christy, she's always coming through with the good questions.
Right here, what happened was when I pulled this up, you can see where another circle was. It really just totally, because I.
She was not committed to her pull.
I wasn't. I needed to come straight up rather than slipping it off.
One must be committed.
So I just got rid of it while it was still wet and smushed stuff around, and you can see the texture created.
So yeah, if you wanted to just kind of,
Yeah.
or you can press things into it.
Yeah, which I'm really I'm.
We're thinking, we talked about that, didn't
Yeah,
we?
I've got
Embossing versus debossing.
Okay, we'll just put that over there for now. All right, so let's just get with it here. One of the things that I'm thinking about as I'm deciding on my color choices here, I know I want some of the Liquitex. And I'll tell you what, I've been going through this stuff. This is some
gonna try to turn
good
that
stuff. This is called Iridescent Medium. And what it is it is transparent. It comes out looking kind of milky and filmy, but it really does go transparent. And adds a bit of shine to whatever you put on here. Now, my other consideration for colors and whatnot today were,
Man, I just cannot get, oh, I know what it is.
what did I do with my
What do you need?
sprays?
Oh, I put them up on the roundy bowdy.
Well, that was not a really whoop-de-doo idea there, but I guess that's where their home will be.
Just give me a hard time. It is
My
where their
color
home.
palette is determined a lot by, well, I love these colors anyway. This is the other thing that we received in the mail, and I just wanted to say, Seth, I don't know if you're watching this today,
After if you're watching us, that'd be
but
awesome.
if you are watching, I want to applaud your decision, because old people with bad eyesight need these little things that you can pull, and it strips that thing off. Otherwise, I sit there for half an hour
Oh, she's
with
terrible.
my X-Acto knife trying to find a point of entry to get the whole thing off. Now, that may not be a big deal to some of you,
That's
but
funny.
by golly, that is a big deal to me. I taped that on there. I did not want to forget that.
Like, she went on about this last night, like, for a bit. I was like, wow. She's like, I'm going to tell Seth. I don't know if he's going to be watching or whatever, but, you
I
know.
don't know if that is a deal breaker for you, but I love it. All right, so these are the 3 that we received.
And then we ordered because we were like, all right, these are pretty nice.
And
We ordered the fire set as well. So
yes,
Wait, I've
the
got-
pomegranate is 3 different colors of in the red family.
yeah,
Just simply
I'm excited about the
because
pink.
You can't. You have to have something to counteract the powsy-wowsy of the green. That's how I feel, because that's the way I work. Where is my...
She, all roads lead to brown.
That is so wrong.
It's-
Okay, I'm busting out my well-used color wheel here. You can see it's been spritzed and sprayed. Well, I can't tone down my green if I don't have some red. So I did go ahead and bring in the Lindy's, because obviously I just ordered Seth's stuff yesterday, so it's not here. And the blue, I can I can make the blue because I just pull in the red and the yellow. So I can tone that down a little bit, which I
All right, so Christy's asking, are those similar to the Tim Holtz oxide sprays?
have no idea. We don't have any of those.
Well, yes, we do, because we have the
We
have
don't
the
have a spray. We have the dabber.
No, we have the picket fence, which I absolutely love.
Oh, that's true.
Yes and no, they're probably closer to the spray ones here. So we
See,
have a couple.
Mariah is speaking to you because she's the person that does the spraying most of the
All
time.
right.
Once we got through,
Like where's the rose one and then there's the blue one? We have 2.
she's turning me around here on my notes.
Okay. See, this
Oh,
spray
okay.
stain. So, yes, it is similar. I mean, seriously, we've had this less than 24 hours. So, as
Yeah.
far as spraying and color, yes. What all it does exactly, we're still working on that.
We're still working, but you notice the bottle's bigger. If that's a
Yeah, hey, you get
the
more.
bottle's bigger.
More
Bottle is
sometimes
bigger.
is
Now,
better.
This is the stuff. No, that's not it.
Now, that is a
This
whole
Picket-
other
Picket's-
different thing.
Picket spray stuff is awesome.
We love it.
Yeah, we do. And the other thing that I kind of played with on my last set of doing gel plate pulls is chalk paint.
Oh,
and
she
I
loves
just
the
ordered
chalk paint.
some cheap, I don't know what it is,
Farmhouse.
farmhouse.
It's from Plaidcraft, right?
Yeah.
You know, the same people that do Mod Podge.
But anyway,
Hey, Robin McClendon uses that stuff. The gel printer.
yeah.
Chicky poo. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, I'm getting kind of.
Who knows? Maybe she's watching us too. I've invited her before.
Yeah, she
I've
has
invited a lot of people.
so far no show. All right.
Well, they don't say anything in the chat. They may be watching.
They may be.
We've got more people watching than are
anyway.
chatting.
I wanted to bring those in because I do plan on using those, and I will show you more about what happens with those when I get my gel plate off here and do some other things.
Yes.
Okay. Because I want these to be drying enough, I'd like to use them while I chit-chat about some of the other stuff, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Let's get going here.
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Let's get
All right.
started.
I like to start with this stuff because it kind of moistens up the plate, and I haven't used,
And she's really in love with it.
and I'm really in love with it.
I was like, oh, wow, you've hit that hard. Like, she got that just this last week. And it's almost halfway gone.
All right, now this is my new other discovery. The teal in the high flow acrylics, okay, you just need a little tiny bit. This should last quite some time. Okay, love that.
A little bit goes a long way.
A little bit goes a long way. This is not high flow. This is like, I don't know, somewhere medium. It's still, and as you can see, I don't,
Do you want to go into your complaint about lids?
no, I'm not going to do that.
Skip that
Just
today.
Skip that today. Okay, we've got some stuff going on here. Good stuff going on here. Here's my golden iridescent
All right, and
bronze.
did you kind of talk through? Sorry, I did have to, go and talk to Izzy and whatnot
I don't know.
about what you were going to do with the little texture bits and that you're going to be creating.
I don't know.
We're going to see what happens with these
Yeah.
texture things on here. But did you talk to that?
I didn't talk to that yet. I'm not there yet. You're hurrying me. You're rushing
all right.
me.
Ooh.
Okay, so we've got some kind of
Because
nice
they're like, I thought I was here for texture.
limey. You are. You just have to hang in there for a minute.
Have to get the plate ready. One
Gotta get
second.
the plate ready. That is.
She's
some-
been talking about like doing this for weeks.
Okay, I gotta have a brayer off here.
Okay. Do you want me to hold that stuff and just pass it along when you need it?
That would be absolutely
I'm here.
stunningly brilliant.
I'm
Okay.
here to help, lady.
All right, Christy, you people. All right, I'm going to start over here with my U.S. Art Supply.
Or I could just slide it there. There you go.
Here's my little card, right? Well, as you can see, I didn't manage to get it down there straight on, but oh well.
We're not judging you on that, lady.
Bless your heart.
There are other things.
Yeah, just.
Stay tuned.
And I don't even know if this is going to work. This is one of those things that.
See, we're secure enough in ourselves that
Willing to take these.
we're willing to fail live.
Okay, I need a. Never mind. Put that.
Oh goodness,
Crashing and burning.
she's taking things off of magnets. If you guys.
And I'm not concerned about how much it gets onto the actual card, although, sure. Okay. What I'm concerned about is the texture it leaves on the plate for when I get ready to pull. Okay. Are you still seeing that? I love that.
I love that.
I'm all about that.
Ooh. So it's like, you're getting kind of two
Can't you see?
things from this. Because you're getting kind of the one pull And then hopefully it's leaving, our thought was it was going to be leaving that texture stuff behind because it's like a stamp. So, I mean, why wouldn't
And
it?
this is, and I think maybe, you know, I need to adjust my pressure a little bit because I'm loving this corner over here. Okay.
Carrie says nice. Well, I mean, hey, that's...
You got a lot of white stuff going on out here, but we're not going to worry about
I'll
that.
pull this over here.
Yes, and just get ready to hand it back to me.
I know.
All right, you can tell this is well used and loved.
All right.
Because this is my go-to. I love it.
I'm going to get me out of the picture. I don't know that they need to look at my face.
Whoops. I'm a little carried away with that. And as I said, this stuff
Whoopsie, whoopsie. Oh, whoopsie, whoopsie. I got a little smushing things about over here. That thing needs to go elsewhere.
And I have a tendency to go with a little bit more than I actually need on the plate. But one of the most irritating things in the world is when you start pulling your paint off your paper because, you know, it's all dryish. Dryish. Okay, we're not going to press so hard on these. We're going to go with a little lighter touch. And I can see already that it's going to be, I'm going to be mixing up my...
All right, little camera says, hey, lady, stop moving so quick.
Oh.
It's fine.
And the backing on these little cards is a variety of watercolor paper, which I had some samples. All right, now I gave that a really super press on this one. I'm just going to gently...
You're doing a lighter one.
I'm doing a much lighter press because we want to get some more of the texture going on there.
Oh, yes, I already see there. That's some good stuff left behind.
That's some good stuff left behind. Boy, this corner down here, I don't know, for some reason it really sucks down.
Well, I think this is a little lighter.
Now see, look at that. Oh my God.
As far as the, you may have used, well, that stencil is not as thick as that stencil.
Well, you could be absolutely right.
I could be right. Every once in a while. Man, that looks cool. It even looks good on the
All right,
in the
now-
video, which is great.
Yeah, no kidding. So, why am I doing the tissue paper thing? Well, because there's two sides to my card, and I want to use this. I thought, how cool would that be to actually put a print on the back that looks like the reverse of what is on the front.
Look at that. Hold it a little bit to the side because it is shiny, so we're getting, ooh. Look at that, y'all.
So excited. You know, it's just so absolutely wonderful when something works out like you sort of planned.
Oh, so Jayworth, tell me your real name if you want, never used the golden iridescent. What is it?
With what?
The golden, no, this is Liquitex iridescent.
What am I supposed to not use it?
No, she says she's never used it.
Oh, you've never used it.
This stuff is awesome. It's Liquitex. I'm sure probably, did Golden have its version
I'm
of
sure
it?
that they do.
It's probably just a little bit more expensive.
And it may be, you know, this is kind of soupy. So, you know, I don't know if that's a factor for you, but
But it adds a little sparkle, and I think by that little bit of sparkle adds a lot of depth. A little sparkle adds a lot of depth.
I'll listen to you. Okay, I'm going to try to put one drop here. Okay. And I'm not going to use any of the...
And I'm waiting for her to get real frustrated because she's not in her space. I feel it.
Can you feel it? Yeah. All right, now there's still gold left on the plate from my last pull. You notice I didn't clean it off. Honest to God, I very rarely clean off. When I got so much goop around there that I have a little thing right here in the middle, that's the only place that I can do it. And another thing I want to talk about is the retarder. Because if you're sitting here and you're having trouble, you know, deciding what you want to do where, God knows I do that. then the retarder keeps your paint moist for a longer period of time.
Which in this thing, doing these little cards, it gives you a little extra time to kind of lay things in place. And
yeah, it does. The smaller plates, I mean, not so much. But when I'm using my 12 by 12,
oh, look at that! This texture stuff is like game changer, y'all.
it really honestly is. I mean, I'm loving the cards. I'm loving the texture.
So now one of the things that we have found out is that we really do, like when we're cutting our stencils, is the Yupo has turned out to be our favorite. Simply because it cuts in one cut on the Cricut, although we are going to move up to a little bit heavier dutier machine. We're still deciding on that one, sort of. I think I've got it narrowed down. But anyway, to cut these thicker stencils, because some of them I have to run through twice to get them to cut. So, and what that means for the texture is that it's going to be thicker. The thicker the stencil, the thicker
Your
texture will be.
The bumps or the design or whatever.
Right. So just something to kind of keep in mind. And you saw that, so when you, if your next goal is kind of like what we're doing here, which is, laying these down, you saw that this one here, the little Nautilus swirly bit, is a thinner stencil. So I think that's a Yupo one. So we're not getting as much.
And the other thing that I don't worry about cleaning my stencils off is because after a while, it's like, okay, this is Deco Art. This is relatively new too. It's
Very shiny.
it is, and you really don't need a lot of that because I again am using my. I tell you what, this is the go-to stuff. Don't spend a lot of money buying those expensive, metallics that. Okay, move that over a little bit. That no, this should make Mariah happy. I'm using. I wanted to bring in the reds because I want to use.
Here, just leave that. I like it when it's a bit more bloppy.
Well, thank you.
I mean,
very
well,
much.
if you're mixing one color, then just put one color down. That's kind of my thought. This is like backseat driving. Side seat gel plating.
Okay, and here we go with our.
Oh yeah.
Try to get that moon out in the middle.
Yes.
Because I do have some plans for that. I just
Oh.
squished that. Did you see that squish?
I saw the squish.
Oh, that may be.
We'll see.
She'll see. I can even feel it through the paper.
This is kind of like, how do you want your tomato paste?
Oh, come on, that's a lovely color.
Thick and chunky, or no? I was talking about it is actually very tomato pasty.
It's very tomato paste.
But I was speaking of the texture. Oh, hey, that's pretty good.
Look at that.
And I
Oh
think
my
your poll's going to be
gosh.
pretty good.
I'm loving it. And somebody was this tissue paper. I should talk about that while I'm doing this because it's kind of funny. This one lady said, I really like this tissue paper, but when it arrived in the mail, it was all folded up. Well, most of mine ends up all crinkly. And you can actually get some, if you're just pulling a flat color, crinkle that tissue paper up because it makes it look all cool and wrinkly.
Yes, Christy, they're all acrylics.
Now look at that, folks.
Ooh.
Whoa, come on. Yeah, it does have a tendency to kind of roll a little bit. But this is the one that arrived in the mail in a, kind of a
Rolled up. Scrunchy.
folded over itself in a bag. And it would have been a lot better if they hadn't, Okay, I'm loving that. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. Let's have a little gold here. Let's get back in our gold range. And I do have some pieces that, oh wow. Okie dokie.
You went a little heavy, didn't you?
Went a little heavy. That's all right. No worries.
Hey, I love the shot, though. That looks great.
What?
Like, everything around you, and do you want me to pull some of that out of your way? But it looks really great.
I don't think so because here in a bit I'm going to
Bring them back in and do
bring
some
them
more.
back in.
Bring
All right,
it
I think this
back.
is going to be a nice,
Bring it back. Almost brown.
When I get done, it will be.
See,
I'm already planning ahead here.
I'm planning ahead.
Planning ahead. And one of the reasons that I like this little plate.
All right, are you almost through your little cards? Sorry.
This is my last bunch.
Okay, because remember, we got to stay on task because we want to show them the really cool spray stuff.
Okay, you just need to chill your jets there.
All right,
I
chilling.
think- what did you do with my piece of paper?
Sorry. That was me. I did move it. This is conversations we have in the kitchen as well.
Yes.
I'm a clean as you go, and Gigi's kind of
Oh,
like,
she's always cleaning either my measuring cup or my
knife or,
taking stuff away behind my back. Now look at that, folks. Come on, now that is some kind of awesome stuff. That
Plus
you
what it leaves
don't
behind.
See every day. Plus, it's like, it just keeps on giving. It's like
Christmas.
yeah. Oh, and here's a little bit of something on here.
Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Cheryl's with us.
Hi, Cheryl.
There we are. This is some cool stuff. And hopefully we can get through this pretty quick, and then, because, like I said, we've got stuff on the schedule.
Such a task.
She could do this, like, all day. Like, just
Yeah,
this.
I can, and I
But I-
probably will if my day job is taking care of the 3-year-old.
Well, it is Saturday.
Oh, it's Saturday, so I'm off. The other day, okay, I got to tell you this. You'll all enjoy this. Well, the older people will enjoy this. The younger people are probably just shaking their heads going, dear God. Okay, so yesterday I got all fired up and got out of bed and showered at like
It was early.
7:30, which I never, ever
No.
get up at 7:30. Ever, ever, ever,
She's
ever.
she's retired. She likes to
I'm
tell people
retired. I
that.
don't have to know. So, and then I went to my computer, and it's freaking Friday.
I was
I'm
like, wow,
just like-
you're up early. Ooh,
Wow.
I love that.
Well, I don't.
I
know what
I
that's
hope that
for.
lifts.
I don't know. I just
Oh.
want to try a couple. Lisa Maya, you can calm down. I've got lots of the
No, I
green
don't like
ones.
this decision.
Lots of the green ones. Pull in one of these guys,
See, she's getting.
and pull in one of these guys.
I loved that color that's down there, though. How that all kind of iridescent-y.
I've got one on top of my table over there if you wanted to, because this teal
What are you saying? What in them?
on top, I have a print I pulled with the color that you seem to
Oh, be drawn to?
drawn to.
Well, I'm not gonna.
Okay, look at that.
Ooh.
It's just picking up just because it was a very, oh my goodness. I couldn't have planned that any better. Just a little bit on the edges there and getting a little bit. Now I am going to pull one more just using this stuff. I want to show you what. And it should, I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows? She doesn't really
Who
know.
knows? Because I want to pick up the rest of the yummy stuff on the plate.
Yeah. Hey, you put that there, so don't
I know.
yell at me.
I'm not yelling at you.
Ooh. Well, it kind of sealed right down there. Did you see that? Sucked it in.
It sucked it in. And this, I promise, will be my last pull.
Because people are here about the texture. I mean, obviously, this still is very, all roads lead to gel printing for P.
I wanted a gel plate for so many years, and I just didn't.
Okay, so I know it probably doesn't, look super, mind-blowing, the contrast on the video, but let me tell you, this will come in extremely handy.
And I'm loving this.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to pull just one more here.
Do you
just
want-
with a little, I just want a little bit of gold.
Here, why don't you do...
Oh, I'll do that one. That's a good idea, Mariah. Way to go. And sometimes I just take my finger and do that, and then I've got it all over
What
me.
about your little tools?
Well, I kind of want.
I think that's another video.
I think that is another video because I have some.
I did see a lady on Instagram doing some cool things with her tools, though. I can't remember who it was.
Oh.
This was very late at night.
Okay, we just want to get some gold going here and maybe pick up some more of the gunk on the plate because I have plans for. Oh, that's great.
Oh, a smudgy bit.
A smooshy bit.
That's all right.
It's a gold smooshy bit. If you got gold smooshy bits, that's good. Gold smooshy bits are always welcome.
It's other colors you got to worry about.
Okay, now it's like Mariah said, you may not be able to see, but just in a minute, because this, I love this because it's going to dry very, very
Well, and I love
quickly.
using these, especially for like the little ruching things that I do.
Okay, I'm getting rid of the gel plate. Mariah, do you have the little
I do.
clamshell?
Well, I did.
Oh, okay, I'm handing that off to you.
And then I moved
All
it
right,
far
now,
away from me.
seriously, what I love about the acrylics is they're dry. And we know that all of the little texture things are dry. Oh my gosh, look at that. Is that not wonderful? Is that not wonderful? So I'm going to get my piece of paper back, Mariah, because we're going to do some,
What piece of paper?
that was underneath here.
Oh, okay.
Now these are going to be my little artist trading cards. So if you are interested in receiving one,
Let us know in the comments.
let us know.
Let us know in the chat.
Okay, as you can see, and I mean you already knew because my fingers were all icky poo. I'm going to put these.
Oh, she says you call the thin paper tissue, but it looks like tracing paper.
No, it is.
Tissue. Where's
It's
the
archival.
tissue paper?
Do
you
I
have
gave
that?
you that thing.
I have it downstairs. I'll run and get it.
And there's two kinds. The one that comes folded up, you know.
Now that
and
I don't know.
that's
the
what
one.
this. That's what this is. It's the piece I took off of a 20 by 14 sheet, and that's why it comes like that. Okay, so this is really beautiful. I love this, but we're going to put a little of Seth on here and let it run down. And I really should, okay, I'm done with that. I'm just going to do along this edge here.
Here.
And let it run. Okay, acid-free white tissue paper. And it's Apadana,
I'll put a link in the description.
but you get 30 sheets of 15 by 20.
And then she just cuts them down to the little pieces.
And then I just cut them down. Okay. Smush that around just ever so slightly. Okay. Loving that. Make sure I kind of blend that around on the back. That's not going to be an issue because we're going to
Christy said
do
we
something else.
we should have done jelly prints in school instead of picture memory.
Hey, I agree. I don't know how my principal would. Okay, that one's done. That's lovely.
I like that.
I like it too. It's sunny. It's cheerful. It's
It's kind of fiery.
kind of fiery. You know, whatever. All right. So now, what color are we going to use with this one?
I think maybe the blue, or maybe
Let's try the blue. Now, the blue is pretty powsy-wowsy.
did you shake it? I don't know if these settle. Now, I will say that's one thing that's kind of nice. It doesn't seem to settle. It actually stays.
And I've just played with these for, like less than 24 hours. So I don't know but one of my problems with the other sprays is the nozzle gets clogged up and it never ever.
Those are the ones that have the shimmer stuff in it. You have to watch out. These don't have shimmer in it, so I wouldn't expect them to do that anyway. Woo. Well, just went right in.
Well, there's no sense in being.
Helen would love it, ATC. We'll send you one, Helen.
Yeah. Instant message the.
Oh, we have Helen's info.
Oh, we have Helen's info?
We do.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Helen. Oh, well, look at this. I've just discovered something. If you don't want to get it all over your hands, although I don't really mind that.
All right, Jay Worth, you have to find me over on Facebook or Instagram and send me your info. Ooh. Need to add some orange. Tone it back.
Okay.
And unfortunately, we don't really have orange.
We don't have orange. But that's not a problem because I have a color wheel and I know how to make orange.
Oh, look at that. I set her up. I tossed it over the net.
And look at me masking off a little bit there. Okay, Seth, I've got you. I've got my reds ordered, but
We got to go with Lindy.
and Lindy, as you can see, is a little more bloppy.
Well, I think it has a thicker, because remember they come, now that one does have metallics in it too, so that's one reason. And then they come as powders and you add the water and shake them up. So you have to keep kind of shaking them. They do settle out. Ooh, I kind of like that. It's
Well,
still a little powsy, but I'm liking where it's heading.
Yeah, now, okay. So I'm just,
Oh.
rubbing off a little bit of stuff and rubbing it around here.
Ooh.
Because I saw somebody do that, actually. And yet last night I had it all over me. I am not going to do any more to that right now because I have a plan.
All right.
All right, what's our time? Are we good? Are we good?
Oh,
Are we
yeah,
good?
we're at 51 minutes.
Oh, holy cow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, I've got to use the green because I do love this green. But I'm not...
Yeah, that
use
green is a good green.
It is really... just...
Because it's not so
See, it is-
kermity.
And the thing about your greens, if you don't like the green you're getting...
But look at that. It's like right out of the bottle. It's some good stuff.
Look at that.
I
Isn't
very much
that-
like the green.
I do too. Now I'm just dabbing off so it kind of hits the high spots there.
That
on our
Nautilus
texture.
That Nautilus texture is my least favorite of them because it's the thinnest.
Oh, this one. Yeah.
No, the texture itself, the Nautilus, the
Oh
little
yeah.
swirl.
Well,
You didn't go heavy on it.
I didn't go heavy on it, and I probably could have gone a little.
But I think it's one of
heavier.
I think it's one of the thinner stencils.
I think it is. Now I'm gonna try a little.
She's not helping me out, folks.
I'm not helping. Just
Move
my
on.
brain's going. All right, I'm trying to get this far enough away that it's not just going right at it. I can get some a bit of a
She needs
miss.
more overspray onto everything else, and that is why everything. And I'll be finding blue for a while.
This is all right. Now look at that. That's just absolutely stunning.
So they asked in the group. Well, Seth asked the other day, like, do you want space, time, or supplies? And I said space for sure. Like, we need a warehouse because we need a spray booth just for
Yeah.
all the sprays. Because they get everywhere. And then you
really
just
do,
keep
and you
finding them. Like, you wipe some stuff up or you lay something down, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, all right. I guess that's part of it now.
Oh my gosh! Look at what's happening there. Oh my.
I'm applauding.
That is so, and I am not doing anything. Okay, I'm moving this aside. We
Yeah.
do not want to lose that. The rest of these are kind of
Oh.
like, that is just some good
So
stuff.
this was a U.S. art supply, right? I would assume. Because of just the...
Yes, if you can see the little things, little lines around the edge of it.
And the fact that it has a little bit of... It's shiny. The finish
Oh,
of...
the finish is a little bit more.
Right, so then it added that... Then with
Extra,
right.
Yeah.
So the way that the iridescent laid on it,
Absolutely.
I mean, it
Good
is...
points.
It looks like it's metal.
All right. Could I have, please, some of the gold tissue that I just printed, or the metallic, some kind of.
Okay. I'm going to give you this one back because it needs something. Still.
Yeah, okay. Very good.
Very good.
Now, I don't know.
What are you... Whoa. What are you doing, lady? She's doing things. She's making decisions on the fly.
No, I'm not. I thought about this. This is.
Helen uses boxes. Oh, Helen, we have had so many different spray booths. We're of the same, but then they have to get, again, it comes down to space. Where do we keep the box? P had one that she could fold up, and whatever happened to that one? Remember, you had the clips on it and stuff because it kind of folded down.
It's over there under my desk somewhere.
Yeah, see, over under the desk somewhere. That's
All
where
right, now this.
the Stippler.
Okay, I got this at
Right?
a garage sale in Lubbock. when one of the students was, had graduated, one of the graduate students, and they were selling off some of their stuff, because they didn't want to tote it home. They lived in New Jersey or something. And
Ooh.
I got this for like $2. I was so excited. And I mean, I don't know that it's...
Now, is the shiny side showing up, or did you put it up, or I think you put it down the wrong way?
No, I wanted it to go over the top of this. Now...
Are you sure? Yeah, see? You did it the wrong way. Pull it up real quick. See if it'll pull. And what'll happen. Ooh.
Good call, Mariah.
See?
Good call. Do I have enough glue on there? I don't know. I might.
Now, use that end to do what you were going to do. Now you have this cool end.
To do something else with.
Hey, that's why it takes two of us, people.
And we're at the point where we're getting kind of low on glue.
And I don't know where mine... Oh, mine's downstairs. I should have grabbed that. You can use that PVA stuff.
I mean, there was still a little
Yeah.
stuff on there, but
There you go.
now.
Yeah, don't get your stippler in the glue. That's much more impressive. Oh, I love that, though.
All right. Now I'm going to let my trusty assistant, trim that
Yeah.
bad boy.
I'm the trimmer.
She's the trimmer. So, now, could you hand me some others of those? Because what I'm going to do is...
Yeah. Here, these two need something.
These two. Well, I don't know that this needs it. I really love this. But I might just go ahead and give this a little bitty spray without...
All right, before you start on anything there, can you hand me one of those scissors over yonder?
Okay, so we've got this, and I could spend, time matching these things up here, but what difference does it make? This is close enough here, it's from the... But what I wanted to do is put this on to the back. And where's my trusty glue here? Because I thought it would be so cool to have something, and kind of a reminder, whatever that you were, whatever is on the back, also was something that occurred on the front. And I did pick this one. I'm going to try to get it at least a little bit lined up. That's kind of cool because you can still feel a little bit of the texture from the... We'll put that aside. I'll let Mariah cut that out. And then what we will do is we'll try to give that a little bitty spritz of...
Oh man, this looks cool. Look at that.
Now, isn't that just marvelous? I mean, you really wouldn't have to do anything to it, but this is just like an extra little added, I don't know, whatever. Now, I'm going to let that dry because it's kind of wobbly.
Yeah, and we got some serious stuff on it between sprays and glues and
Yeah, no
paints.
kidding. And I don't know that I'm going to. All right, we've got this one. Let's see which... That would be kind of nice for,
Now here, I can show you some of these others that you got, just in case.
Yeah, let me see.
I really don't want you to do anything to this one, but I'm going to, reluctantly hand it over.
Oh, we can duplicate that, sort of, maybe, kind of.
Oh, Cheryl, no problem. Thank you for hanging out. Come back and you can watch the latter part replay or whatever. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much. Okay, now, I'm just looking at these two right here, and I think this would be really cool on the back.
Kind of Christmassy.
You think it's Christmassy?
Well, anything
Well, I
writing.
can just put that on top of this, and look what that would might do.
I like that.
All right, let's do that.
I think you should do a little spray to this, though. Maybe with this green. Just to you know, little depth there, just a little bit maybe.
I don't think so. And the reason I say that is because I'm afraid I'll lose my white spaces because I think that's what's kind of cool.
Oh.
Is that's what's helps
All right.
define
Hey,
the shape there.
I'm just here to give suggestions.
Okay. Duly noted. And you know, I just wish that there was some way that you could magically get this glue to like instantly just go where it needed to go there. And not watch people glue, because if that is not the most...
She has the pen in her mouth.
Oh, Lord, please save me from this gluing stuff, but there's just no other.
Hey, it's alive. It's part of it.
What did I do with my brush?
Oh, this thing? Oh. I got the big one. You could honk somebody in the head with this. They're not
Good deal,
acting right.
Watson. Good deal.
What was applied to that card? It looked like a tube with a fine tip. Yes, so this is art glitter glue.
It's the stuff.
We love this stuff. Seriously.
Okay,
Like
I need
it's
the big marker here.
big whacker.
Well, I'm not really loving this.
I don't hate it, but I think that I was right.
She really enjoys that. A lot more than she
Here,
should.
give me that. I'm going to put it up on the little magnet.
Okay, could you cut that off of there,
I can.
please, ma'am? See, this is really makes it go a whole lot. Look at these beautiful papers that we're creating here.
Oh, yeah, because we're going to use that too.
Send that through
The winder.
the winder, and I mean,
Also known as the, embossing machine.
our baby calls it the winder. I think it's just hysterical. Okay, we still need to do something to this. So,
I think what you should try to do is maybe use the little stamp.
well, I think I
Or is that
I
just going to be on
could.
the other side?
but I don't like this for a background.
Oh. Well, spray it with something. That's always my answer.
Mariah says spray it with something.
I think you should use the Lindy's, the orange, the peachy orange, because you'll come out with some pretty colors there up on the rack. Yeah, right there. That's the one. Shake it. It needs to be shake it.
Shake. Oh, because it has
Yeah, it settles.
shiny stuff in the bottom.
No, it doesn't have shiny. It's just, it's highly pigmented, and that's how it comes, so.
Oh. Is it opaque?
Sort
Semi?
of. Semi.
Semi. Well, that'll be good.
Like, in the heavy spots, it will be. But overall, see, that's what I like that stuff. And see, it's kind of toning down the blue ever so slightly, but yet keeping it there. Picking up the browns.
Mm-hmm.
See, like, I've learned some things by hanging out with you.
Damn good thing. Okay, folks. Liking that?
Yeah.
I'm liking that. Kind of think I'll just leave that alone for a second. Put
Yeah,
that
it
up
needs-
there, and it'll
I will say, like, the Lindy stuff is maybe because you add your own water or whatever, that doesn't have any other solution in it, drying solution or something. I don't know.
getting some
It takes a little while.
Rorschachs here.
Some Rorschach. Hey, think about laying that down and picking it. Yeah, I knew she was.
Well, it's kind of poopy anyway, so. And this is a new method of getting your sprays to go on. Spray the paper and then...
All right, so I think we should, and this seems like a fairly decent transition point of the
pull
paper
out the other stuff that
we
I've been
did
doing.
last night, because
Okay.
that stuff was awesome.
Oh, now look at that.
Ooh. See, this is why we love catch paper.
I mean, that is some awesome stuff. Okay, I better just go ahead and do the back of that while I'm
Oh,
at
what kind of glue? So it's called art glitter glue. Like, that's the...
it. And we do use other things.
And
Now,
it's
look at how that pulled up.
It's a water-based, non-toxic, dries acid-free. It's a little pricey, but we think that, we like it a lot. Some things, you just don't.
We're showing you some techniques that we didn't even know anything about. I know.
I
Did
am
you
not
hear
happy
her?
with that.
Kind of knew that
Oh, Robin. Hey, Robin.
Hi, Robin. Did you just now come? Oh, you missed out on.
Well, she
some-
was probably listening. A lot of times she
Oh.
listens, and then she'll come in and
All right.
I am not happy
Yeah,
with
I-
you right now, and you know that you kind of messed up there,
Yeah,
lady.
it's all right. But look at that. Look how. Come on, folks. Now give me a vote there.
It's pretty, but it's
She liked all of
I-
that mauve-y.
I did.
All right,
It was
let's
gonna be perfect for my
move-
ruching roughly business.
Move that stuff out of here and we'll talk about
We'll deal with that later.
my stenciling. Yeah, we'll have Family Feud later. I'll just make her another and she'll be happy. In fact, I might even have one over there. It's very simple. All right, here are my stenciling nuts. Scale. Mariah loves this. Size ratio to the size of paper. Well, you'll notice that I try. Oh, that's not a very good one. Here. I want you to be able to see
That's
it.
a
Well,
terrible example.
you know, if the big blob there is not good, but if you got enough and your repetition is enough, then it seems like it fits on that paper. That's why I was excited about this stamp, because this stamp is going to be perfect
Scale wise, yeah.
scale wise. I'm very excited about that. All right, so pattern. Well, get these up on top here for a sec. Because these are the ones that I worked on last night. This is just a piece of roll-off paper.
And I think it's like the Amazon, right? Isn't that? I'm thinking that some of the stuff that, like when you order things and it comes with the roll of paper.
No, this is our actual roll.
No way. That's brown
Yeah.
craft paper. That
Is
that
it?
was brown. Yeah,
Oh, you may be right.
I might be right. I am totally
Yeah, okay,
right.
she's totally right. It's something, yeah. Okay, well, as you can see, it's kind of hard to tell at this point. Because it's got multiple layers on here. All right, so this is just a
Because we were testing them out,
sprays last night.
yeah.
And this here, I love this because this isn't where I glopped over on
Use the
stencil. So I was like, okay,
the palette knife.
the palette knife. So I just went through and scraped that so it kind of evened it out and didn't look so.
So between
Mucky.
clay tools and oil painting tools,
Yeah.
I mean,
And
we're-
I'll show you another use. But anyway, these are stencils that I made from file folders. And I use them quite often.
that was like
This is a commercial
that-
one.
that
I
was-
don't know where that came from.
P's go-to. Oh, I think that came in that.
And then you can see this in the background, this texture here. That's from one of those net things that your avocados come in, or
She loves
oranges.
She
or,
saves a lot of those. We
I
have a whole
love them.
bag of bags.
I'm going to crochet using.
Oh,
those
Georgia
ones.
says what's catch paper? So that is a term that we use, and we're really hoping it catches on.
Now, oh, God. Okay, so this here,
But she wants to know. It's the paper behind, like, so we have this
this
huge,
would be a catch
paper. So we
Okay,
have
it's
this
hot
huge roll.
things.
Tell them about the huge roll
Huge roll.
of the craft white. We have the huge roll of white craft paper, and that's typically what we use because
and that's
it's
what
really
this
big,
is.
and so we can kind of pull off these larger sheets
And, you
and
can
then put it
it's
down.
Really, it's super wonderful paper. It does have some cotton to it. Oh, and I was going to use my new paper and pull a couple prints. Well, oh well. C'est la vie.
C'est la vie.
C'est la vie.
Well, we might be able to. Yeah.
All right, now this is definitely craft paper. I can tell you because I didn't get it all. But can you see that lovely shimmer there? That is adding this to this. So this is really ushy gushy. It's called high flow. That means it's watery. And but I love this color. I absolutely love this color. It's just the best.
All right, keep it on texture, lady.
Texture. Okay, texture here. Well, you can see my little bird down here. I don't know. Can you see my little bird? He's texturized.
Oh, Andy's junk cart. I just love it. Its patterns, color, amazing. Thank you so much, Andy.
And this is another one of my little stencils, and I may use that on the back of some of the cards. Actually, I may just cut that piece out and use that piece on the back of, look at that.
Yeah, that looks. Oh,
Okay.
I like it better with the green.
No, I think it needs to be this kind of.
Oh, yeah, more of that. But you need
And
some
that's
more
still
stuff on
really-
that.
Yeah, that needs some more stuff. Okay, well, anyway. But you can see texture, lovely, lovely, lovely texture. And I want to get back to my stenciling thing here because I've got something else to show you. These are the stencils, one of the first ones, but you can see it is, and I don't bother cleaning them. Don't really care.
So that also adds.
One of these days, I'll probably just use this as in a collage.
I'm so in love with that one. Well, that side not so much, but that side, yes.
Look at that. Is that not some special stuff? I'm just going to hand this off to you, Mom.
Well, see, and I used it the other day with the white that's coming through is the picket fence.
Oh, yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can see here, this is the one I used a lot on the little cards. And
I mean, and you
poor
were talking
thing.
about texture.
yeah, I mean, we've got some stuff here that it'll I could use this as a pumice stone. It's just really heavy duty. Now, this is one of the newest ones that I'm very, very enamored.
Yes,
of.
we have
And
now.
I didn't even have this one when I did those cards, or I would have used it. Okay.
Thank you,
so-
Helen. So what P does is, and we have a little video that shows like kind of our process of how we make the stencils, but she just paints or draws out whatever she wants, and then I scan it in,
There's my little
and then clean it up a little bit, and then cut it out with a Cricut. And like you said, the Yupo, and this is Yupo,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the
'Cause
Yupo.
that's the newest one. That's the Yupo.
This particular one.
And it's not the really heavy duty stuff.
No.
Okay, now I was talking to you earlier about using the credit card, whatever kind of these. This is where you really need them. It's when you're doing the big stencils. And I left this on here for a reason. Because this is where I actually put it to do the stencil.
So you can
What
see
you-
through.
Need to make sure that you do is very carefully, because it will stick if it's close to the edge there.
Oh, you
And I
left
mean,
it on.
It's okay. It really is, because it's just going to be something I'm going to use for something
Yeah,
else.
so we were talking about kind of using these to kind of create either like a master board or to collage with.
Yeah.
To tear up and, we're going to add some color.
Yeah. And the reason I love it on these are folders that I got in there. There's the actual stencil. Is because you can, when you put this down, you put your stencil on it, you've got something, you can move this off of your desk, you can let it dry, and because of the color in the background, you know where it is, and you can put your stencil down accordingly. So this was just an absolute accident. I just grabbed these because I didn't have any other place to put anything.
She loves these file folder things.
And I love these file folder things. And we do have those on our,
I don't know if I put it on the
I
list
think it's
yet.
on the affiliate list. I don't know. But anyway, it needs to be on there because these are excellent. Now, what I will say is if you are putting your stencil back in, the reason I have that piece of paper there, it's not just for that, is because you need to have it so that you can get the back side clear.
Georgianne. She loves our freedom of our process.
Freedom of our process.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to take that as a compliment.
Yes. It's just,
But anyway.
we're kind of like,
Yeah, whatever comes up here. All right, I've got to look over here, and I don't know if I've got anything else to talk about. Texture-wise.
I want to see you color that and then add it to the back of one of these little card things.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the texture I'm talking about, lady.
Well, we can
I'd
get
like to
that.
see that layered. Like, I want to see, like, a little bit of the leaves, and then I want to see a little bit of this, here's the big swirly bit.
The big swirly bit. Well, now here's my problem. Here we're talking about scale again. I don't know, am I going to get enough? Now, I think on this, I'm not going to use the leaves in this. I'm going to use the squares.
Okay.
Because I think it's more conducive to the size of the card.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. And I am really starting to love this one a lot more. And I think I've watched Mariah do this, and it's kind of funny because, she takes her little cap that her thing comes in and she sprays it in there.
So if you're wondering why caps are missing, that's why.
And then she takes her brush, and she's so cute. She's just,
Hey, but I guess it's so cute that she's using my method.
goes around her edges. And
Yeah. Hey, it works.
okay, well, that's just, another way to actually...
Well, because sometimes I don't know where the spray's going to go, and I need it in a certain area. So this is the way to do it.
There you go.
And then the other thing I do if I do want bigger splatter is, so show the stamp. That's why the gold is like that on there, because this was our early logo. But I use this to tap. So here, I'm going to show it.
Oh,
yeah.
Tappy, tappy.
So like you'd lay down the card and then, you know, dip the stuff and whack it. But then that's why there's...
Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Careful though, because sometimes you get some back spatter. She's all prettied up.
Yeah, but I got a good color on.
Okay. See? And you can get bigger spatter than what you get out of the just spraying.
Yeah, okay.
That I love. We make tools out of all kinds of things.
Okay, I'm just going a little bit here, and I'm just going to show you different things with the Seth sprays. And this is why you need, if you're going to go with your...
Boy, you are so used to like the Mr. Huey's or whatever. You were checking those nozzles.
I do, because I mean, I've had it just come right in my face.
That's pretty. Now you got a little overspray here and there.
Yeah.
On some of your other stuff.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. All good.
I'm going to have to wipe down my entire area. Otherwise, I think there'll be blue in a lot of things that I do.
Okay. Now, this obviously is pretty saturated.
Oh, good call, Robin. And yes, I know Carrie. She makes stencils with the pyro tool thing. For one, it's almost like the Griswold Christmas around here enough, so we don't need anything else that like plugs in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't.
Okay, now look at this. Okay, this is
That's
because
something.
it goes all the way through your modeling paste, goes all the way through the tissue. So, you've got...
It's a lot like how when you do a batik,
Yes.
how each layer would hold a color. So you could almost, I wonder if you could kind of layer on your texture in a way and create some different layering.
I'm pretty jazzed about that.
Yeah.
I'm very
Because if you
jazzed
spray
about
through
that.
on the other side, it's going to be, your dots and stuff will be, or your squares will be different. See, this is the Lindy's that is...
Kind of goofy.
Well, because it
Floppy.
has the shimmer in it. And they always... I know, if you soak your tops and do all that, it's just kind of like why I don't buy clothes that are dry clean only. Because it's not going to happen. Robin says she loves both sides of that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, and not healthy to inhale the, when you use the little pyro tool thing.
Oh. But now see? That's still holding where the...
But I do like, Carrie has some really awesome stencils she has made with the pyro technique. With that burning and cutting.
Well, you know, if I didn't have Mariah, I'd probably be a lot more interested in that. But,
She has a person that can operate the Cricut.
God knows that would not be me. I love that.
Yeah.
That sort of appley peachy. And see, that's what happens. This is what happens when you use complementary colors. I got to get that in every time because I just see these people going, oh my God, I just love those sprays, but every time I use them, I end up with brown.
Although that's usually what, like I said, that's kind of
That's
P's goal.
I
With some patina. Brown with patina.
Okay, this is really, really wet still.
You want me hanging on the line?
I think we need to hang that on the line, and I don't know what to do while I'm waiting for... Oh, I know what I'll do.
Well, you could do the leaves or the swirly bits over here.
No, I'm going to talk about... I've got some more texture here.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay, so talked about that one. Talked about this one. I do just love that.
I love that. I hope you don't... I should just take it away from you.
You probably should because I'll accidentally. But now you can see this is a gel print on copy paper, and this is just a commercial stencil.
Are you going to do something else with those?
I'm not going to because I really like
Yeah, that one I do, but...
Okay,
Oh,
this
there.
is an experiment. I didn't even use that today.
Well,
This is the pieces and parts from one of the that fell out.
Oh, this is the Yupo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the offcut part.
That's kind of what started this whole process. And here's my...
But you wanted to use this on the plate in
I
a
wanted-
similar
Yes.
to create
yeah, and
the
I just forgot.
yeah.
Just forgot. Okay, so here's my mixing of gray using just complementary colors. But look at this cute little hoodie-doo here.
So it was an
Isn't that a lovely sound? I love that. Just love that sound.
so it was embossed with embossing folder.
Embossed with embossing folder, and then I just stippled the gray all over it because it was
Oh, and then-
basically green.
Yeah, I see that you did some here before you put the paint on that layer, but then this one hasn't been done.
Yeah, it's this is over here is just very, very
I think you need some of that green on there.
light.
Why don't you put that over there and put some green on it?
Okay, I have no
Okay.
skin in the game there. Okay, this is
That
one
I
of my
like.
smaller stencils that I drew at Mariah. I use this one a lot. Okay, and here this is kind of interesting because what this is this is a texture plate I use for rubbings that I had stamped off because I'd used it on the plate. So it got some kind of cool stuff going on there with texture with the coral whatever. And here again is
Now was that
a catch paper.
a stencil?
yeah, that one right there is the same as the other one. But here's the circle thing that it has had many lives.
Okay, yeah. So this started out as catch paper. See?
Yeah. Then Mariah got some. This is her stuff here, the shiny stuff.
It's the, I think
And
that's
then
the,
I just took it over and I just stenciled the bubbles on. I think, if I were to do it over again, I would get them a little heavier.
yeah.
Because
Well,
I
you were
went-
starting out. I think
Yeah,
you were.
yeah. All right, this is a gel print that was poopy. And
Poopy gel print.
you don't ever throw your gel prints away because they can always come in handy for something. And I like the white over this because there's so much white. Can you see how I'm coming in here from not cleaning my plate? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This was...
Narrows the field.
I think that this probably has... this is a heavy-duty piece. I'm thinking 4 pulls.
And then a layer of texture.
And then a layer of texture. This is not light. Oh, and here
Ooh.
is Jeanette. Did
I
Jeanette
know
join?
Jeanette's not here today. Well, she hasn't
Okay,
been chiming
here's our
in. Lace.
the lace with the stencils down the middle where the lace part kind of went. And that's not my favorite color. And I can use some of those sprays to really integrate all of that and use the method where I just brush it on. Oh my gosh, look what's happening there. Isn't that
Yeah.
marvelous? This is going to be a really great catch paper.
This probably will end up on the back of some of these cards.
Very well could because it's all. All right, now Mariah wants me to...
Here's your.
Oh, yeah, I could even put that down and
That's the one that she was talking about. One of her
spray through it.
favorites.
One of my favorites.
Hi,
I'll tell you
for-
what, this has got some...
Yeah, that thing's pretty.
It's like a piece of leather.
And it's very industrial gray, like, institutional.
Okay, so we're going to use some of our new Seth Apter
Green.
Spring Green.
Love that.
Where?
Look at this.
Oh my goodness, isn't that looking absolutely? It just gets better and better and better.
I can't believe how well it, like,
Look at that.
that's some good stuff. I can't wait to get those the pinks and the reds.
Yes, I'm very excited about that. Okay, now here, I'm just hoping my stencil's heavy enough to lay down there and I can get a good...
I don't know what you're doing.
I don't really know what I'm doing either. I'm just going to...
I don't know.
I
if
want this to be subtle. I don't want it to be chunky.
Oh. Oh, well. That actually went better than I thought it was going to.
Now, see, isn't that marvelous? Because, you know, I'm not going to close it right now, but you've
No.
got this color out here, and you open it up, and then there's this little surprise on the inside. I love it. I love it. I love it.
You're silly.
I get excited about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to clean this off right now. I don't know why. But, you know, eventually your little holes will get clogged up. And I do have that smaller one in this particular. I really love this. I've got it. Mariah made one with the 12 by 12. Was that with the Yupo paper? No, that was before we got the Yupo paper. Anyway, I have a big one that fits the whole 12 by 12 plate in the squares because
Yeah, some of these others
really
are
like the squares.
that honeycomb one is the
Yeah.
Dinah
Yeah.
Wakely.
We don't know how to say her name.
Well, we
That's
do,
not-
and then I forget, and then I.
And we said it wrong for so long. Wrong for so long. Oh, I look at that. How as it dries.
Yeah,
I am loving this. I am loving this spray. Okay, I'm going to put that aside because I'm loving that. All right, now here's one of the texture plates, the newest one with just the gold on it. And let's try a little. Now I know this isn't about texture here, folks, but
You need stencil.
Or what if?
Yeah, there you go. That's nice.
That is nice. Might be able to use that.
I like the spread of this thing. Or the dye. He calls his dye sprays.
Well, I do too, and it's a much finer mist than the
Lindy's.
Lindy's. We called him Lindsay for quite a while.
We've got problems. Sorry, folks.
Okay, let's do this again in
The blue. I think we
See
could probably.
how it really just.
I think we could probably start wrapping up too, and I think we've covered everything. If you guys have any questions, let us know in the chat, and we can kind of use these last moments here to address any of those. Like, you know, if you want us to kind of
Recap.
we should do a little recap of. All right, we used these 3 different pastes, and then let's look through the cards again because they're changing as we, you know, have done things here. Especially with the sprays. They have.
Now remember, this is the one one of the tissue papers that I pulled using the one in the background. And this is still damp. I'm not going to do anything else to it.
All right, and let's pull up the paper so it's a little bit easier to see what's what. Ooh, that is cool though. Look at that.
Isn't that? Okay, we're going to try to get this so we've got a clean surface going here.
You guys can see the stuff that's sort of happened. That scares me a little bit, but okay.
All right, so this is...
That was a U.S. Art Supply texture.
texture. Okay?
With then a pull from the gel plate.
A pull from the gel plate, then that got us the gold, sort of the metallic. Then a quick spritz of the
Seth Apter's blue.
blue, and
What is the blue called?
it's right down here.
Ah, sea spray.
Sea spray. Yeah,
All right.
sea spray. And again, much finer mist than some of your other sprays. That would be a definite advantage. Plus, it's a big. Okay, remember this one? Boy, we need to do a little bit more gluing. That's all right. We can do that. This is the front. The pull was this, and then I sprayed with the yellow.
Hey, I wasn't in charge of the gluing.
And we added this to the back. Well, we can always glue it. But can you see that? Is it showing the
Yeah.
pattern?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think, you know, once I add some other layers and stuff on it, it'll look really cool.
But now, is Christy still with us?
I don't know.
Christy, if you're still with us, this was the texture that I achieved with the modeling paste using the palette knife to spread it out and move it around.
Yeah, so you don't always have to have a stencil.
Yeah, and when this was still wet, all I did to make that pattern on there is I just took my knife
Oh, she is here.
and cut that in there. Okay. This one, I don't know why this stencil isn't as heavy duty as some of the others, but, well, it could be because it hasn't been used as much. I've used this one a lot.
Yeah, so it built up a bit more.
You know, now if you want just a nice, clean one color,
I love that.
but it's got a bit of shimmer.
I think you need to. I think you need to spray some of that spring green on there.
Well, we'll think about that. Okay, and look at this.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Georgianne. I think people are. Yeah, they're.
Are you? Okay.
They're happy that we're wrapping it up. I think.
Okay. I'll go quickly. Just to recap here. Can't really see that so much.
No, I'm a little disappointed in the.
But aren't these? I just think they're really, really lovely.
So go if you do want to use this on the gel plate. The lesson is go chunky. Go with a deeper, thicker stencils, and you will be able to get more of an imprint. And I'm gonna. This was kind of a maiden voyage. I didn't know that this would work. Oh, look at that! Yeah. See, and that was that really pretty paper that you then,
Yeah, went ahead and
glopped up.
Look at that! Isn't that lovely?
Oh, thank you, Carrie. Thank you guys for joining us. We
thank you, everyone.
Really do appreciate it. And we'll be back on next Saturday, and we're always dropping videos during the week. We've been dropping our journal prompt one on Fridays, even if it is very late, like it was last night. But then usually another one kind of in the middle of the week if we're doing some other fun Happy Mail type stuff. We have some exciting things coming up. I think we'll probably know more next week. So exciting news, I believe, with people just kind of, we get to, we're showing more things and getting more people excited about the papers and such. We'll always have those links below if you do want to check out any of the products that we've talked about. Most of them I will have either over on our blog or drop directly into the description box below. So even if you're watching this back on a replay, that information will be there. And if you're watching it back on a replay, please do leave us comments. It does take a little bit of time for the live to render, so come back. We do appreciate it. All of that stuff really helps us, and like, share, love, all of that good stuff. We so do appreciate it.
And if you were one of the people that wanted a card, you can kind of tell me what color range.
Let us know in the yeah. Or come and find me and send me the information in a message, and I will get you a cool card. So there, I think that's pretty much it. Again, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow, that went really fast.